So today I'm going to talk about two major things, two major mistakes that are stunting your hair growth. Let's get into it. Now, anytime I make a statement, I want you guys to know these things don't apply to everybody. Just like men washing their face with Dove does not apply to everybody. We can't all do that. So take everything I say with a grain of salt and see how it can apply to you. Number one, you protective style too much. If you're protecting styling every, let's say 8 weeks, and you take a week break and then you go right into another protective style, I mean, yes, that's helped a lot of people grow their hair out, but at some point you want to experience your hair. At some point you want to make sure that your hair can, or your scalp can breathe. Yeah, your scalp doesn't have lungs. However, it's just like putting a band-aid on your arm. If you put the band-aid on your arm regularly, nonstop, all day, all the time, like, your arm is not going to be able to, your skin under there might start to do something funny. And I think the scalp, that might be a little exaggerated, but the scalp might do something similar. It's not getting the air, the sunlight that it's probably used to or assuming that it's going to get. I don't know why I'm personifying a scalp, but styling too much, number one, it doesn't allow you to really experience your hair. If you are truly wanting to wear your hair out, ultimately the way you wear your hair is your choice, right? But if you are truly wanting to wear your hair out in its natural state, however style you want, then you need to experience it. You need to do it on a regular basis or find somebody that you can go to on a regular basis. If you're constantly in braids, crochet, wigs all the time, y'all, that's a detriment because you're never learning. You have no experience with what to do to your hair. And then let's say it gets to shoulder length. Now you're like, oh my gosh, my hair is so hard, or my hair is too thick, but you never experienced the stages. And when you experience the stages, you can learn bit by bit, okay, this is working for this TWA stage, but it's not working right now for this shoulder length big hair stage, right? So protective styling, overprotective styling can be a detriment to your hair growth. Another thing about protective styles that could be causing more detriment is the fact that when you take it down, you're not taking your time and you're not thoroughly detangling. I cannot stress this enough. Automatically, we're going to experience shedding because all the shedding from all the days that your hair naturally sheds is accumulating when you're wearing that protective style. But when you take it down haphazardly, if you're not combing out the dirt clogs at the base, if you're not detangling it thoroughly before any water touches it, then you're going to experience more shedding than necessary. You're going to experience more tangles than necessary. So my suggestion is when you're taking down hair, let's say you're taking down some box braids, I would say take out the synthetic hair, detangle with oil, ideally probably avocado oil, olive oil. And then when you get to the root, massage it and then continue to detangle, finger detangle, and then use a tool like a comb or a brush to really get down, work it all out. I personally wouldn't add any moisture because moisture kind of makes the dirt at the base a little goopy. And that goopiness, it feels sticky, gummy, it makes it kind of more difficult to detangle. So oil is your best friend when it comes to taking down a protective style in general, especially if you've had it in for a very long time. Second main mistake you're making is that you don't have a routine. Guys, let's be honest. I think we all have gotten to a point in life when we realize doing things haphazardly does not get us good results. So if you go to the gym on Monday, maybe sometimes on Thursday, and then skip a week, and then you're not going to get good results. You're not going to hit your fitness routine or your fitness goals because it's really scattered all over the place, right? So the same thing kind of goes with hair. If you want to see results with whatever direction you're trying to go with your hair, you've got to have a routine. What is a routine? Every single Monday, I shampoo my hair. Every single Friday, I take down my twists and wear it out for the weekend. And then I shampoo on Sundays. I use this particular shampoo, this conditioner, and this leave-in conditioner. And I do that every single week until it runs out. Or I'm going to put this one aside and then try a new set of conditioners and shampoo, which you probably shouldn't do too much because you want to know whether something is working by using it consistently. Here's my theory. If you use something one time and say it doesn't work, then you probably didn't use it because you didn't consider that there is user error, that you could have had buildup on your hair. There's so many things that factor into whether the product works, whatever that actually means. What does it mean that the product works? But let me not start ranting. So I think when it comes to product usage, you should definitely probably use it 3 to 4 times. And after the 4th time, to be honest, if it doesn't work and you've clarified your hair, you've let it air dry, you let it hood dry, you've done all the things that made it do what made it do what you thought it was supposed to do, and it still doesn't work, okay, that you can let that product go. But it's good to definitely stick with a product for quite a bit of time to really see if it works, because if you switch too much, you'll never know what actually works for your hair. And when I say works for your hair, really what works for the style that you are trying to achieve with your particular density, your particular thickness and porosity. So now that you know the 2 things that can possibly stunt your growth, let's talk about how to help you in stopping that growth from being stunted. How can you create a routine? Well, you want to fit it around your lifestyle. So if shampooing your hair every single week doesn't work for you, maybe try every other week, or maximum every 3rd week. But yeah, and then choose styles that go with your lifestyle. If wearing your hair in twist outs every single week works for you, go for it. Wash and goes, if it works for you, go for it. I think the goal is to choose a style that you enjoy and that you enjoy doing. You know, everybody doesn't like doing hair, right? But that you don't mind doing, and sticking to that routine. Don't switch it up too much. Master that hairstyle. And then once you can do it like this, then I would say add another hairstyle to your routine, especially if you're a person who does your own hair on a regular basis. Because when you're like, oh, let me do a ponytail this week, let me do a twist out there, let me do it, it's too much. Like, you're gonna get confused. You're gonna feel like, oh my gosh, natural hair is so hard. Y'all, if you just keep it real simple, if you choose 1 to 2 hairstyles that you always do, that you want to master, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. Or take a class and let somebody teach you. I have classes. Let somebody teach you how to master that particular hairstyle, and then just do that all the time. And then when it's time that you're getting bored of that hairstyle, move on to the next. That's how you build a routine. I hope I was specific. I'll put something in the description box below just to help you have more guidance when it comes to building a hair care routine. Whenever a client asks me how long they should keep a style in, of course it depends on the style, but I usually recommend 4 to 6 weeks. 8 weeks, most styles honestly can last 8 weeks, but the reason I say 4 to 6 is because I don't want you to get into a routine of constantly going 8 weeks, 8 weeks, 8 weeks, and you're never shampooing your hair, or you're never changing your style, you're never scrubbing your scalp. Your actual strands are never getting thoroughly cleansed. Like, that's not a good habit when it comes to hair care and building a good routine. So, and also, anytime there's buildup, anytime there's an opportunity for buildup, especially along the hairline, that can lead to breakage, that can lead to excessive shedding for no reason. So it's just better to keep your hair, I would say, a month at a time. If you're the type of person where protective styles just work for your hairstyle, I would say if you can, do a month at a time. Now I get it. If you spent $400 on your box braids, then you're not trying to take that out in a month. I get it. But doing that back to back to back is not going to be beneficial for your hair. Possibly. This obviously doesn't apply to everybody. But with that being said, I hope you learned something. Tell me in the comments below whether you are a protective styler, whether you feel like you have a good routine. What is your routine? Until next time, I will see you guys later. Bye.